A lone soldier is given one order: do not open the gate. No matter who comes, no matter what they say, what happens next is not a battle of swords, but of silence, obedience, and resolve. The orders came sealed with black wax and smelled faintly of dust and vinegar. Haran slit them open with his thumb and read them twice by lamplight. No one is to enter through the east gate. No explanations are to be given. No exceptions. Await further instructions. By command of the High Guard, he folded the letter, placed it back in the envelope, and tucked it into the hollow of the gatehouse wall behind his cot. Then he stood watch. The east gate was narrow and half buried in the mountainside. The last road in from the outer provinces. A fortress had been built around it long ago, before Haran's time, and maybe before his grandfather's. Now it was empty. The other guards had been reassigned or killed. Only Haran remained. Each morning he lit the signal fire and boiled water for tea. Each evening he trimmed the wick on the oil lamp and listened for hoofbeats that never came. On the 5th day, the first rider appeared. He came fast, cloaked in red and gold, the banner of the royal messengers whipping behind him. His horse stumbled from exhaustion as he dismounted and ran to the gate, pounding it with the butt of his palm. "I carry urgent word for the king," he said, breath ragged. "It concerns the western flank. The rebels are shifting position. They'll breach the capital if we don't respond. Open the gate." Haran stood atop the stone wall, just visible between the crenellations. "I cannot." "Then send a rider in my place." "I cannot." "I'll leave the letter here. Just take it in. I have orders." The man's face darkened. If the king falls because of this. He mounted again and was gone. Haran did not move. 2 days later, at dusk, the second group arrived. There were 7 of them. Not soldiers, too loose in the saddle, too loud, but they were armed. Their leader, a thick man with a firebrand beard and a voice like torn canvas, stepped forward. "We don't want your city," he called up. "We just want what passes through. Let us in, and we'll be on our way. Deny us, and we'll burn the valley below. No grain, no water, no passage." Haran said nothing. "You think that wall will save you?" The man barked. "It's not the wall that guards a city. It's the trade. It's the roads. We'll make sure your people choke on ash." He turned and gestured. 2 men unrolled a bundle soaked in oil. Haran's stomach twisted. He could see the ridges of the grain silos in the distance. Smoke here would carry far. But the orders were clear. He didn't speak. He didn't move. The men cursed him, lit the oil-soaked cloth, and tossed it to the side of the road. A fire caught, but the wind shifted. It smoldered. Then it died. They left at dawn. 10 days passed. Then came the merchant. He arrived in silence, unarmed, riding a white mule with embroidered saddlebags. His robes were deep blue, clean, and made of a fabric Haran had never seen. He dismounted slowly, stretched his back, and waved. "No tricks," he called up. "No weapons, just business." Haran didn't answer. The man pulled a silver coin from his sleeve and tossed it onto the stone just beneath the wall. Then another, then a pouch, then a ring. "More where that came from," he said. "You've been alone a long time. You're owed a kindness." Haran didn't move. "I know your name. Haran, son of Mael. Your mother lived in Keth. She makes almond bread with salt crusts, yes?" The soldier flinched. "Barely. I know more." The merchant said, "Your record, your commander, the dates of your service. I know about the knee injury from the siege at Koran. It still aches and cold. You favor your right side now." Still, Haran remained silent. "I even know the news you've been waiting for," the man added softer now. "Peace talks. An armistice. Signed 3 days ago at the river camp. Your service is no longer required." The gate stood still. The merchant exhaled, long and slow. "You're guarding a city that no longer needs guarding," he said. "You could walk away." But Haran did not walk, and the merchant, in time, rode on. Weeks passed. The tea ran out. The firewood shrank to slivers. Haran wrapped himself in wool and learned to sleep without dreams. One morning, the sound of hooves woke him. Real ones. Many. A company of riders approached, bearing the sigil of the High Guard, tattered but intact. Their commander dismounted and saluted him without words. From his satchel, he produced a letter sealed in red wax. Haran broke it open. To the one who stood watch, "You are the reason the heart still beats. Your silence kept the flame alive. Lay down your post. Come home." For the first time in 42 days, Haran turned and placed his hand on the iron lever. The gate opened, not for a rider, not for gold, not for fear, but for a man who had remained still when it mattered.